How this topic came and why we are taking, we will see once the session starts. But the topic from today is the nine no's, not this nose, N-O, the nine no's from the Bhagavad Gita and the nine yes from the Bhagavad Gita. So this is a topic where we can practice ACP. Because many times when we study scriptures, we don't know what exactly to do. So in corporate training, when we have action plans, at the end of any training program, when we do action planning process, that time I give them a two-liner, what I can stop doing, what I can start doing. That is one of the most powerful action plan we can take. What I can stop doing from today and what I can start doing from today for my success and happiness, definitely. So that was a thought process and it led to this topic, the nine no's and the nine yes. So we will first invoke God's grace, Guru Parampara's blessings, and with a little introduction about background about this topic, how it came to my thought and how it is getting implemented today, that we will see. So let us sit straight, take a deep, slow, conscious breath. Let us withdraw the mind from all that has happened in the past. The past has already gone, never to come back. Never to come back, that sentence also now has become past. Let us withdraw our mind from all our future anxieties. What is going to happen next moment, we do not know. That is the most mysterious, curious thing in life. And then we say, Hurry, that person was just sitting, talking, eating, gone. One moment. But that's a beauty when there is uncertainty. So no anxiety for the future because it is not in our hand. Our whole sadhana must be to be in the present moment because that is the only reality available to us. Actually, there is no past and future. There is only present. This moment is the reality. So our body is still, no unnecessary movement is happening, especially of hands and eyes. One hand on mobile phone, one eye on WhatsApp, and 2 years in this session. No, entire body, mind, intellect is there here. Our mind is in the present moment, cheerful, peaceful, and alert. That is going to be our sadhana. And there is intellectual clarity, no baggages of the past, no future imaginations. We will cross the bridge when it comes. So there, the clarity of intellect is there. And with this instrument tuning, we will invoke God's grace and Guru Parampara's blessings. Because for any success, two things are required, our own efforts and grace. Om. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं कर्वावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्थजम्बू फलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजं सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः सावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम।
Thank you, Manisha. Hari Om to all. Welcome to this Sunday morning where we are starting a new topic called as the 9 no's and the 9 yes from the Bhagavad Geeta. So number one, how this topic came to my mind. And before that, thank you very much for, attending this, because without Shrota, there is no importance to Vakta. So this topic came with the 2-3 pointers. One, as in corporate training, we do this at the end, what I can stop, what I can start. So I've got a list of that for corporates. And in that, many of you have been attending my sessions. 3 C's is my favorite one. And we have to write down on our board in house somewhere. No complaints, no criticism, no comparison. So this was the first thought, that whenever I used to tell this corporate is to appreciate, and there are a lot of people have told me. And then the second thought came that, this is not my kind of creation. Is there a reference in Bhagavad Gita for these 3 C's? So that was a starting point. And I started searching these references for these 3 C's. That was the starting point of this. And then this thought proceeded that to further that this year is Chinmay Mission 75th celebration. And I always ask this question to myself, that without this Vedanta knowledge, where would I be? What I would be doing? And it is a very frightening question, that without this Vedanta knowledge, only school, college, marriage, children, and then business, job, that is definitely not that. Even animals take care and have their own nests and families. So it is very frightening to understand that without this knowledge, life would have been very different. So that was the second thought. And the third is that what is my contribution, my offering to Pujya Gurudev and Chinmay Mission in this 75th year celebration, because I will not be able to participate in the October big program. So I thought this could be my offering to Chinmay Mission, because so much of difference it has made in my life. And then I started searching for a garland, because normally offering is done through a garland. And I thought this would be my 18 flowers garland to Gurudev and offering to Chinmay Mission. And when the search started, I got 18 verses or 18 words, and there are 9 no's and 9 yes. So it is a very interesting topic. And this topic, I'm going to take it further, because many times we are called for, just say something from the Gita. Actually, when I announced this in the WhatsApp group, I got 2-3 calls immediately saying that, I've been called in one college to give a talk on Gita. Now, suddenly, if you call that, speak something on Gita, we don't remember what to say before students, before children. So I'm going to train the trainer on this also, because this becomes handy to go and talk to anyone at any level, at corporate level, at school level, at college level. That these are the 9 no's to be practiced, and these are the 9 yes to be practiced. Not getting into too much of philosophy, but very practical way to lead our life. And for each yes and no, there is a Gita verse backing reference. Now you might say, who are you to do all these things? You're not some Swami and all who is authority on this. So definitely I'm not authority, but when I did this 9 and 9, 18 verses, I would like to mention that I showed it to Swami Advayananji, whom I consider as authority in Sanskrit, who is Acharya of Sandipani Sadhanalaya twice. And he liked it very much. He has approved all the verses that they are appropriate for this word. He also suggested one change which has been introduced. And he finally told me that I am also going to take this topic which I like, 9 yes, 9 no. So I don't know when he will take, but I thought Guru Purnima is coming, and this is the best uh, time to start this topic. So that is the background of this topic. I'm sure that those who are interested, those who are sevaks, those who want to contribute, after these sessions, we will have a separate session on Train the Trainer, where we can practice more. And then anyone asking you to talk on Bhagavad Gita, you have opportunity. We have a ready reference of PPT, And this topic is made very interesting with lot of film songs, dialogues, and the expert is Manisha on that. And I know it is going to be enjoyable process to learn this Bhagavad Gita through a very practical do's and don'ts. So with that background, we will start. So as I mentioned, this is an offering of 18 flowers to Pujya Gurudev. It's a garland. So 9 no's and 9 yes. What I've learned from Pujya Gurudev is very, very powerful. When I was youth, now also I'm youth, but when I was 24, 23, very, very skeptical about everything, I came across certain powerful statements when I started attending, which I would love to, you know, mention that how it changed the entire perspective. First, I heard from Gurudev, religion is equal to philosophy plus action. Now, whenever there is a quarrel in religion and this religion and that religion, I ask what is the definition? Most people don't know what is the definition of religion. Philosophy and action. So today, people go for rituals but don't know why we go to temple, why we put bindi, why there is, Mangal Sutra, why there is, all these rituals and pujas we do, and because we don't know the background, and then there is a problem. And some people only know philosophy but don't know the action part of it. So very, very powerful definition of religion, what I came across. Second, I was a little skeptical about Upanishad. People say it is, very difficult, it is very philosophical. I heard that these are textbooks discussing man, world, and God. And I was so fascinated that, oh, this is there in Upanishads. Oh, yeah, I am there. Yes, I cannot deny I'm not there. I'm a man or woman. World is there in front of me. So this I cannot deny. But what is the nature of human being? What is the nature of world and what is nature of God? This fascinated for me to come to Upanishad, because some people think that Upanishad is very difficult and it is not for me. And when I was also thinking like that, when this definition came, I got attracted. And one of the best definitions of Gita, he told it's a handbook, it's a manual for practicing day to day principles and subtle philosophies which are there in Upanishads. That is what Gita gives us. And Krishna cure for Arjun disease. So there are physical diseases, emotional diseases, psychological diseases, intellectual diseases, and this gives the cure. Gita gives the cure. So very wonderful definitions I got. Brought Gita text from puja room to living room. We started in 1951. With Kenopanishad coming from Himalayas, first talk on Kenopanishad for 100 days in 1951. And today we are here in 2026 celebrating 75th year Chinmaya movement, and this is our offering to that. He also introduced the term Jnana Yajna, sacrifice of ignorance in fire of knowledge. That is Jnana Yajna. Conducted more than 500 Jnana Yajnas on Bhagavad Gita. So that's the inspiration that, after discussing verse by verse, chapter by chapter, summary, and then one session, entire Bhagavad Gita, this was the inspiration. Now we can learn what we can do exactly in day-to-day life. So that is a background of this topic. The topic is the 9 no's and the 9 yes from the Bhagavad Gita. And you can see there is one word here, acid case. So when I made this, I put to Chat GPT, can you create a word? There is only one word which it could make, that is acid case, and that is exactly fitting our nose, because these nose are acids. It burns us, it creates negativity. And we will see what is this acid case. These are 9 no's. So A for attachment, which is going to come, but I keep a mystery. What are the further no's? And as this will proceed, there will be another word for yes. But we are going to start from the no's because normally negativity attracts. I spoke to many people, they say, first we want to hear the no's, then you come to yes. So what is the purpose of this session? That practical implementation of the Gita principles in simple language, which can be taught to school, colleges, corporates. So those who are into teaching, training, sevaks, those who are keen, I would be definitely conducting after this session one or two sessions, and then the PPT is ready. So it becomes very handy with all the exercises. There will be a lot of exercises here and a lot of videos and songs. So it has become very interesting that way. Not compromising on the deeper philosophies. What are these 9 no's? The 9 no's are we have to drop it. We know what the story that one person was carrying 2 bags, maybe some fruits and goodies, and he was coming to Tapovan Maharaj. And when he was coming to Tapovan Maharaj told very strongly, drop it. Only 2 words. And he dropped his bags. Then he again looked at him and said, drop it. I said, drop it. And he was not understanding what to drop. Then he understood it is ego and he sat in meditation there. So this nose has to be dropped. And if we do not drop, it will disturb our peace. It will reduce our happiness quotient. It will destroy our relationships. And also, most importantly, this will weaken our strength, inner strength. What are the yes? These yes are the 9 pointers which can strengthen our character, improve relationship, give us success and happiness, meaningful, joyous life. How to create. If I practice this, yes, it is guaranteed because this is time-tested knowledge from 5,500 years. And each no and yes is supported by one Gita principle, Gita verse. So anytime when people ask us about these challenges, the 18th flower addresses these questions. How do we remain calm amidst pressure? Because a lot of situational pressure, people pressure. How can we work without stress and anxiety? People enjoy working, but they are not aware that there is stress happening. And it reflects on the body, it reflects on the mind. How can we handle criticism, success, failure, and uncertainty? How can we improve focus, our leadership, efficiency, emotional stability, relationship harmony? How do we live with purpose while remaining internally peaceful? Sometimes the purpose goes haywire and then we know it, but then we are not at peace when we are moving in that direction. So these are the questions it will address, and these are common questions we find which people in school, colleges and corporates, even schools also. One of my friend told her 8-year-old daughter was one day lying on the bed in the morning. When she asked, why are you lying? She told, I am in stress, 8-year-old. I have got a lot of stress, mom, you don't know. And she explained her own stress. So it is not that stress is only for adults. There are a lot of stresses to even youngsters, and we don't know what they go through. One small boy was under stress. He was taken to a doctor because he was getting depressed. And when that search was done, they realized that he was unable to get onto the bus because he was short and the bus first step was higher. That was creating stress in him, that other boys and girls were getting up and he was not getting, it was not easy for him to get in the bus. So we underestimate what can stress us out. Especially those who are spiritual sadhaks, they think, what is there? Why are you getting stressed on this? But there are stresses. So with that background, we will start with our first no today. And this is the core, this is the base of all other no's which are going to come. So you can guess that no has to start from A. And the first no is no attachments. And what is the verse? Asanga shastrena drudena chitva. So here one disclaimer here that though entire verse will be given, न रूपमस्येह तथोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर न च संप्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेनं सुविरूढ़ मूलम असंग शस्त्रेण दृढ़ेन चित्वा. That sanga is attachment. We are only going to process sanga because then otherwise it will become verse description. So we are only going to focus on attachment for this entire session, and that will be interesting because there are so many parts to attachment. So we start this journey with the first no, that is no attachments, with Gurudev's commentary on no attachments. Okay, before that, what are the questions? This session is going to address no attachment. What is attachment? Gurudev is going to say that people say attachment, but exactly do not know what is it. What are the types of attachment? What is the cause of attachment? What are the effects of attachment? What is the difference between love and attachment? Very, very, very important, because love becomes attachment. So that's a thin line between that. And why attachment is a problem, and why we have to address it, and what are the solutions to the attachment. These are the questions we will address in this session completely. And how do I know whether I'm growing in detachment? At the end, there has to be an exercise. So let us start and invoke Gurudev's grace for this entire garland, because he has to allow us to put the garland. We have made the garland, but he should allow us. So let us start with his discourse on this small, very important topic on attachment.
Renounce all your attachment. In perfect detachment, act on. This 100 times you may read, but we never pause to understand what it is. Attachment is very well known to every one of you. Every one of us have got some attachment or the other. But the attachment of each individual may be different from each other. You are attached to the mother, another is attached to the father, another is attached to the wife, another is attached to the children. Some are attached to their profession, some are attached to power, some are attached to money, wealth. Swamiji, you have never told what my attachment is. I am not attached to all these things. Then in that case you are attached to your dog. That is right. I am attached to my dog. Without some attachment you cannot live. If any one of you say that, Swamiji, I have no attachments, all that I can tell you is, lie down there, after the lectures we will attend to your funeral. Why? When there is no attachment, you are dead. You have no business to remain in this world. Attachment everyone has got. So I am not asking you anything that you don't know. What is God and all that, I am not asking. Every one of you think of your attachment. Whatever be that attachment, and try to verbalize what do you mean by attachment. I am attached to my children. Good. I am attached to my house, my furniture, my jewelry, my saris. I am attached to any stupid thing, a cat, a rat. And the latest in America is my pet rock. That is the latest. Attached to pet rock. Okay. Every one of you have got attachments. Analyze, what do you mean by attachment? Attachment is a feeling. Luckily it is not physical. If physically you and I are attached to things, you can't move about. Because I am attached to my wife and my children and my property and my factory, my business or my house. How can you move attached to? It's not physical. It's the mental. Analyze. What do you mean by in the mind an attachment? A mere thought. A stream of thought by which we tie ourselves to things and beings in the world outside. So when I say that I am attached to mother or father, whatever it is, it means that I am complete only with that being or thing. Minus that being or thing, I am the less for it. I'm not complete in myself. I plus my mother, life is wonderful. Minus my mother, I don't know what to do. I and my wife, beautiful life. Minus my wife, I have no hope of getting another wife. Silly feeling, just a feeling. Thing is called attachment. So attachment is a thought bondage, which means, that thought bondage, what is it? It includes I plus I want. Think again and again before taking down your notes. Think! I plus I want. This feeling towards anything in the world or any being in the world is called attachment. That attachment can be to a dog or a cat or a rat. It can be to your guru or to your father or your mother. It can be to power or money or wealth. Meaning, I plus I want that money, then only I am complete. Gone, money gone, I am gone. This kind of a stupid feeling in your mind is called attachment. It is with this attachment that you are tied down from all sides. Attachment is not with one thing. A million things you are attached. Each one is only a stupid feeling that I am not complete and I shall feel complete only with these things A, B, C, D up to Z. This sense of attachment to be liquidated. Make yourself free from these attachments with the world outside. Eh? This is all that the teacher says. Sangham tektva, giving up all your attachments, all your dependency upon the world outside for your survival, for your completeness. Discover your own completeness and fullness.
So what is attachment? Stupid feeling, number one. Number two, thought bondage. And what is the equation of attachment? Gurudev has given I plus I want. So it's in the Sanskrit, when it comes in Bhagavad Gita, it is called as Sangha, Asakti. Guruji says, जो आ सकती है वो जा भी सकती है. Attachment can come, attachment can go also. So attachment has three factors. One, I, definitely I has to be there. The I want, and most importantly, psychological dependency on a situation, object or a person for happiness. So here we do a lot of exercise that I plus iPhone is equal to happiness. Uh, I plus in bracket family is equal to happiness. This is very interesting because whenever we ask people, how are you? People say happy. Yeah, no problem, happy. I'm happy. But that happiness is a dependent happiness. Oh, suppose I am there without family, then I am not happy. I am there without house, then I am not happy. I am there without body, I am not happy. So that bracket what comes is my attachment. The equation of attachment is I plus a situation, an object, or a person is equal to my happiness. I plus my coffee, I'm happy. I plus another coffee, I'm not happy. It starts with that I plus my pillow, my bed, my coffee, my house. I'm not comfortable in any other house also. That's the reason those people who only love their house, their coffee, their making of food, and their own bed and their own person whom they like, they are very miserable, uncomfortable when they go out. And then Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, He Vishwachi Maje Ghara, means this entire world is my home now. I am comfortable everywhere. So one exercise we have to do here immediately. Those who are having notes or those who can remember, they can do mentally these exercises. One has to find out where is my dependency. That is the core. Dependency means without it, I think, I believe that I am unhappy. In these sentences, I cannot live without this person. This person gone, my happiness gone. We will see very, very important when, no, because I love. No, it is not love, it is attachment. That we will see. If I don't get promoted, I am a failure. This I have given only few. But these exercises are mentioned that when we have a different crowd, then we can change these examples and then train people. Like when I take for college students, I make I plus iPhone is equal to happiness. I plus my girlfriend, boyfriend is equal to happiness. I plus this is equal to happiness. And if that is gone, happiness gone. It is not very easy. We are seeing hundreds of cases today that if I am attached to one person, I can kill another person. Cases are going on in court right now. People must appreciate me. This is where is the dependency on? That without appreciation, I am not good enough. My child must behave according to my wishes. This is a very, very big attachment for parents and grandparents. They are born with their own vasanas and desire to fulfill, not to fulfill your desires and vasanas. So I have to find out my own dependencies. That is an exercise. Important note here. The problem is not situation, object, or a person. The problem is dependence. So wherever there is dependence, there is sorrow, there is suffering. See, today the senior citizens or people who are aging, they are not having any problem. They are only having problem or one fear of being dependent on other person for washroom, for money, for movement. Without somebody's help, I cannot move now. I need support and people hate it. No, I am a very independent person. But we have to accept. So, dependence is sorrow. Dependence is suffering. And that is one of the reasons why we must drop attachment. We will list down what are the attachment problems. But one of the major challenges is dependence. Wherever there is dependence, there is exploitation in any relationship. The moment I understand other person is dependent on me for money, I will exploit. Dependent on something, I will exploit. Now, what are the types of attachment? So first we saw what is attachment. Attachment is a stupid feeling. Attachment is thought bondage, not physical bondage. It's only a thought and thoughts can be changed. Attachment equation is I plus I want plus psychological dependence. Wherever there is want, there will be dependence. Why the dependence is added there? For us to figure out. I without this body, I am pure existence, consciousness, bliss. I don't require the body also, mind also. So what are the types of attachment now? There are three types of attachment, two outer and one inner. This is very, very important to know how it happens. First outer attachment is mineness, M-I-N-E. The ness word is come from Latin word which means the state, consciousness, happiness. So ness means it's a state. Mineness, object, situations, comfort zone, people. This is my money, this is my house, this is my car, this is my phone, this is my comfort, this is my family, this is my role, this is my reputation. The list can be endless. I have to make my list. Oh, do you mean to say this should not be mine? No, this should be mine in transactional level, but not at the psychological level. Very important distinction. In day-to-day operation, transactional level, there will be my house, my country, but at psychological level, there should not be dependence. This is very, very, very important. One of my favorite example is if your maid servant is coming to your house for 20 years and she says that, okay, when you're not there, I am only cleaning the vessels, I am only washing the house, I am only sweeping the floors, I am only washing the clothes. These are all mine. I am only looking after your spouse. This spouse is mine. The children are mine. First thing what you will do, you will remove it. Remove that maid servant. Similarly, one of the things what God gets very angry on us. Most angry God gets, not in any other way, but God gets very angry when he says that, oh, all this is mine and you are saying it is mine. As Gurudev says that don't go after Lakshmi because Narayana doesn't like somebody going after his wife. No husband would like that somebody is going after his wife. Then what to do? Hold Narayana's legs. And Lakshmi is there at his feet only. We get both. We go to a resort and we go to a five-star hotel and some people pick some napkin from there, some small tissue paper from there, and some small things from that five-star hotel also, the soap, but that belongs to us because we have paid money. But there are many things which doesn't belong to us. So we have to be very clear what is mine and what is not mine. And we realize that nothing is mine, everything belongs to God. Outer attachment 2, that is myness. So mine is different, myness, my body, my opinions, my emotions, no one should hurt, my opinions, no one should object, my knowledge, everyone should appreciate, my achievements are unique, my life is unique, my power, my nation is all good. But at psychological level, transactional level, it has to be followed. Not at psychological level. That's the reason Gurudev mentioned that this attachment is not very easy to understand because it is a psychological inner thought dependence, thought bondage. People fight. There are fights over this club is winning or that club is winning. Just last week we had gone to Kerala. There are huge banners, I have not seen in Mumbai also. Argentina, one village has put Argentina banner, another village has put Netherlands banner, another village has put Portugal banner. Now in Kerala, and there is a fight happens after the match. That country is there, I have never visited, but that attachment is there. My nation, my club is very, very subtle. And what is the inner attachment, which is the cause of outer, is the I notion. I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. I am the Karta, I am the Bhokta. Bhagavan in 13th chapter says, I am the doer. Chapimam Vitti. You are not the doer. I am the doer in all. Sarva Kshetreshu Bharat. And when I go in search of that I, today one homework for those who have been listening, sit and then discover what is the location of I. Where is this I? I get hurt. I want happiness. I want moksha. Where is that I? That I itself is illusory. There is no I only. But that is an attachment. I. Every day I say that I word 50 times. I ate this, I went here, I am doing this, I am doing that, I am not doing this, I like this, I don't like this. But who is this I? How come I have got attached to this I without inquiring? Who am I? So now cause of attachment. So we saw two topics. What is attachment? And what are the types of attachment? Now what causes this attachment? What is the cause of attachment? A deep need to overcome emptiness and loneliness. Very, very, very important. I have to ask myself, yeah, I have lived my life. I've gone to school, college. I have traveled globe, family. I have seen the world. I've eaten so many tonnage of food. But still there is a loneliness. Still I require mobile phone constantly. Still I feel emptiness. And that's the reason I want to keep myself busy. Morning to evening busy. So much of comfort and convenience we have. But still everyone says, I am very busy. And why that busyness? Because there is a sense of emptiness and loneliness. Without doing that, I feel that I will be empty and lonely. And second, when I do that, to overcome that emptiness and loneliness, very important point to note, it will create a habit and conditioning. Then what to do? Just be with that emptiness and see where it is coming from. And that loneliness, when I look at it, becomes aloneness. Gurudev says that journey of spiritual sadhak is from loneliness to aloneness. Loneliness perspires, aloneness inspires. And this SOP, situation, object, people are not going to make us overcome this emptiness and loneliness. Then there are three superimpositions on this world, what we do where this attachment is created. This is very, very fascinating. This is a very subtle topic. That how we have superimposed without even thinking. There is a paper which comes, then I say, okay, 500 rupees note. So we have superimposed 500 rupees on that paper. And suddenly government declares that gone, it becomes zero value. That value is superimposed. So the first superimposition without cross-checking what has happened is that world is real. Oh, what do you mean world is unreal? The world is neither real, neither unreal. It is illusory. How can you say world is illusory? One experiment you can do. I will keep two flowers here. 20 feet distance you are there and somebody you have to check. Now today the flowers are very, very same to the real flowers. And suppose somebody asks you, you have to identify which one is real, which one is unreal from 20 feet distance, 30 feet distance. You will not be able to figure out, both look same. Because to know real and unreal, one has to take the smell, one has to touch. No, without touching and smelling, you have to tell which flower is real, which flower is unreal. Those who have studied Vedanta, Praman Vichar, they will say, okay, I will tell you after 3 days. Yeah, after 3 days you tell me. After 3 days we come, now you have to pay attention. The real flower will become like this and the artificial flower will remain same. So, जो मुरझा गया है वो रियल है, जो वैसे ही है वो अनरियल है. In the same way, we have to look out and see, oh, the same sun, same moon, same flower, same rainy season, it looks same. It is not same in the all 3 times period of time. Second, Shobhana, world is beautiful. Now this is again a very, very subjective aspect of beauty. No, I like this green color very much. The other person, I don't like this green color at all. No, I love this fish curry. Other person, no, I cannot stand. Somebody says, I'm going to get married to this person. Other person, oh, what beauty you saw in that person. That person is fully in love. So beauty again is very subjective. What is beautiful to you, other person, it is ugly also. And the third, Sukha, that world has the capacity to give me happiness. Because what gives me happiness doesn't give happiness to you. Someone gets happiness by watching World Cup match. Other person hates it. Somebody wants to drink, smoke, drugs and happiness. Somebody wants to go to puja, mandir, happiness. So what is the cause? The cause is this superimposition, and this cause of this superimposition is avidya. That is the main cause. Ignorance about my own nature. And as Gurudev mentioned very importantly, why I feel incomplete? Because why I feel empty and I want to fulfill my emptiness and loneliness through a relationship, through money, through power, through some family, job, business, because I do not know my own nature is Purnamada Purnamidam. So it has to be turned around. My real nature is SCA and not BMI, Satchidanand. So avidya leads to adhyasa. Ignorance leads to identification crisis. This is the starting point of Bhagavad Geeta, where Arjun got attached to Swajana. Dhritarashtra was attached to throne. Bhishma was attached to his own pratidnya. Karna was attached to comparison with Arjun. Duryodhana was attached to his arrogance, power. Arjun got attached to his own swajana, mindness. And when that came, then he got confused intellectually, emotionally drained, and physically exhausted. So ignorance leads to, ignorance is I'm incomplete. Therefore, I need something from outside to be happy. And then the adhyasa comes that I am this body, mind, intellect, and I want happiness from the world. What are the two effects of attachment? If I get it, if I get what I want, there will be happiness. Once the happiness comes, people say, no, I get happiness, but that again become a problem because then there is a pleasure memory. Those people who are very good cooks, they do not like outside food. I have observed this with many people. Those who are excellent cooks, they will go to hotel and start, isme mirchi kam hai, isme ye kam hai, they cannot appreciate, enjoy. Because that pleasure memory is recorded. Those who love their own filter coffee of home, they don't like any filter coffee outside. So pleasure memory. And then suppose I get it, then there is greed, then there is arrogance, then there is dependency. So getting also is a problem. And suppose I don't get it, that is also a problem. Delayed obstruction, there will be sorrow, fear, disappointment, depression, anger, anxiety and jealousy. That is the results of attachment. The attachment cycle continues, which is there in Bhagavad Gita. Sangat sanjayate kama, kamat krodho vijayate, krodhat bhavati sammoha, smruti bhranshat buddhinasha. Attachment to desire, anger, delusion, loss of memory, discrimination, downfall. Vinashati pranashati means I will not attain the highest potential of my possibility of a human being. So now we come to this topic. And before we go to the next topic, there is one movie which you can figure out which one Munna Bhai, because in that there is this scene is there. Effect of this attachment.
Confused? Let me explain. इस हाथ को देखो, rock steady. हजारों ऑपरेशन किए इन हाथों ने, लेकिन ये हाथ कभी नहीं कांपे। लेकिन अगर मैं मेरी बेटी का ऑपरेशन करूं तो ये हाथ जरूर कांपेंगे। क्यों? इसलिए कि मैं मेरी बेटी से प्यार करता हूं।
To those who do not understand Hindi or cannot grasp what he said, this is a dialogue from Munna Bhai MBBS that this hand has done thousands of operations and it was rock steady, because for doing operation, the hand has to be rock steady. If it is a eye operation, heart operation. But suppose I have to operate as a doctor on my own daughter, this hand will shake, attachment comes. And the reason why is giving because I love my daughter. Oh, that means love. Love is a problem. That means I should not love my daughter, I should not love my family. No, no, no. So here we come to a very, very, very important topic, because this attachment is an offshoot of love. So now 3 minutes are there. I'll just cover this topic and then we will have to take it next time. Love and attachment. This has to be understood, because this attachment is an offshoot of love. This love becomes attachment. You know, once a man asked God, what is the difference between your love and my love? I also love my family, my children, my wife, my daughter, husband, is that. And you also love. What is the difference? God said that your love, my love is like a bird in the sky, and your love is the bird in the cage. Because whoever you love, you want to bond them. This is mine. I will not share. Possessiveness, attachment comes there. My love is like bird in the sky. It is free. But my love is bondage, possessiveness. That is the difference between my love and God's love. So we'll have to understand what is difference between love and attachment. And how will we understand? With the parameter of freedom and concern. This is very, very beautiful. This we have to teach and go there outside and share with college and everyone, because this is not understood properly. Freedom and concern. It's already 8:30. This is a very interesting topic, and we will see what love says and what attachment says. So on this topic, there is a distinction comes between love and attachment. And that's the reason love and attachment is not understood clearly. That's the reason this is the first topic. The love becomes attachment only. That's the reason parents say, oh, no, I love my child, but there is attachment. It is not love. No, I love my family, but it may be attachment. It may not be love. Another person may, no, please don't love me so much. It is becoming a burden. So, very, very pertinent topic we will see. And then we will see what are the ways to overcome this attachment. Asanga shastrena drudena chitva. And in Bhagavad Gita, it has been told that the solution to this is detachment. But what is detachment? That we will see after we understand the distinction between love and attachment. That will be next time. So I'll just announce before we close that 18th of July we are doing Train the Trainer on Panchamrit Gita. This will be the first of its kind. And those who are sevaks, those who have worked in corporates, those who have some experience of teaching, please come, because there is a limited seat for Train the Trainer. It is 10 to 5 on 18 July in Saraswati Vidyalaya, Chembur, because we can't take many people for that, because there will be groups and you'll have to do exercises on that. And it will be very interesting to get trained. Even if you're not confident on corporate, one can go and train to children in school and colleges. Because there will be separate programs are going to happen. This is going to be the next big thing in Chinmaya Mission worldwide, which will be given a big boost of Panchamrit Gita, 5 verses we can go and take to corporates. So we will again share the link today, and please register on the link. There are a few questions asked in that. Please fill up, and then we will stop at certain number. After that, we will take another batch if it is more than that. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। Thank you very much.